Louise, you've worked with many schools on reculturing. Why is culture important in a school?
It's everything in a school, and it's one of the most intangible sort of notions that school leaders have to deal with. But a school culture manifests so much of the hidden framework of values and vision and mores of a community, and so if school leaders don't attend to school culture and don't actively work on developing the sort of school culture they want, then they really are victims of circumstance and I guess can't exercise their leadership in a way that they have some direction over. So it's critically important. It's probably the central work of a school leader and a leadership team.
How would you read a culture when you walked into a school?
Well, you do automatically, subconsciously. The minute you walk through a hospital door or a school door or a family's front room, you start to read the culture of that community. And so if you are new to a school, or you are joining a leadership team for the first time, or you're taking over the principalship of a school, one of the first things you'll subconsciously do is start auditing the culture as you walk through that organisation, and you listen to the way people speak with each other. You look at the things that are around the walls, and you particularly watch the level of engagement of students and young people in the school, and you can hear the quality of the culture and the essence of a culture and the way people relate to each other, because culture is founded on the values framework that has been built in the school. And if you attend to that culture and you read it like a book, you'll be able to get a fix on, for instance, the quality of teaching by listening to the tone of the teacher's voice in the classroom, observing the level of engagement of students in their daily activities in the play areas and in the classrooms and the laboratories and the libraries of the school. So you can read a culture. You also have to actively create a culture. And so working with the adult and student communities of a school and really identifying what it is that's important, what sorts of vision people have for the organisation, working explicitly on values with them, and then translating that into the way teaching will be, the way relationships will be, the way the school will look and feel, is the work of leadership.
So a principal could start by even mapping the elements of a school and working on each of those. Is that what you would suggest?
There are lots of different things that you can do to audit a school culture. I would hope that that's a process that engages the community members in it. You get it fixed by doing your first sweep through a school and getting a sort of view from a personal perspective. But then getting people to talk about what's important, getting people to share what they do, getting people to talk about teaching, getting people to talk about their learning, both the students and the adults, will pretty soon give you a view of how things are done around here. And of course that's the popular definition of any culture, whether it's an overseas community or a little small school, rural community school. The way things are done around here is what people expect, it's what people want, and it's what people practice. And sometimes you have to work hard to get those things to be synchronous.
So how would a principal actually change those things?
Before you can change the culture out there, you have to make sure that what you do as a leader is congruent with the school's culture. So, and that's a bit of a paradox, because there are some things about school cultures you actually want to change. So leadership creates cultures, and cultures reflect that leadership. If you want to change a culture, you first of all have to understand it, Then you have to be explicit about what you expect, and that expectation is a community expectation as much as it is yours. That's not to say that you're at the total beck and call of everything that everybody wants of you in terms of your leadership behaviour, in terms of culture, but it does mean that you do have to be expectant but also explicit about the culture that you want, and then to practice that yourself. It's no good asking people to behave in a certain way unless you're able to manifest that in your own behaviour, and everything you do as a leader is indicative of the culture that you want to project. So the way you speak to people, the way you exercise your leadership will have a consequential result on the overall school culture. So the school's culture is you as a leader in action.